It's so much fun to vicariously watch this guy who comes at it like he's a new artist again.
How was Stagecoach a couple weekends ago?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun to see. I've gotten to know Post really well. And he had asked me, like, last year, I went and hung out with him for the first time, got to know him. There's a lot there. Like, our friendship began, it's an old friendship immediately. Like, I was his first concert. He went and saw me when he was 6 years old in Darien Lakes, New York, is what he told me, with his dad. And so there's like, you know, I keep reminding myself, it's like, oh, he's young, because he seems so much more mature than that. But when we first started hanging out and we started working on some musical things that you'll see eventually, that we're doing, you know, he right away was like, you know, I think I'm gonna play Stagecoach. Will you play? And I said, yeah, I'm there. So that was one of the first conversations we ever had, was like, he's like, seriously? And I said, yeah, no, I'm there. I'll do it. That sounds fun. And what was really neat was seeing, and I said this I posted this, that he belongs here. And I think he does.
What do you mean by that? I think you're right, but what does that mean?
For me, it's that I've never seen anybody that knows, like, he knows as much as you or I about the history of this stuff. Like, when you're sitting here and I start long sermon, he knows that too. Like he'll say, you know, he'll bring up an obscure thing. And when it comes to, like, you know, like when Toby Keith passed away, he knows everything about Toby. Like, when you know, like, he is so capable, like, he doesn't need the words at karaoke for anything that was on the country charts from 90s on. I mean, he knows it. He's a student of it. And in that sense, like, he's a student of a lot of things, and he mastered the pop, hip-hop world. And it's like, to then say, okay, what happens when I put my toe in this water? It's going to be interesting.
Did you guys rehearse for that, or did you just show up and wing it?
I was there 2 hours before, and
2 hours before, and
knew what we were going to play, and
he gave you the set list, and
yeah.
His band sounded good, actually, didn't they?
Yeah, there were a bunch of session players, great players. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, and he put together the set list, and I even said, like, what do you want to do? And he had originally said, I think maybe I'll do Ticks. I'm like, do Ticks. And then he was like, nah, I got to do I'm Gonna Miss Her, because that's the one that he's getting known for doing.
Yeah.
You know, he's done it a few times and put out a little version of it now. And I was like, well, do that. It's fine. And he's like, well, I was thinking about maybe a Vince song. And I was like, well, I'll play that. And then he's like, Chattahoochee. I was like, I'll play that. I know him. I even told him, I said, don't bring me out and then expect me to, like, go home. I'm going to stay there and play some songs.
Do you ever
If I'm setting the rig up,
we're going to do it. And you guys jammed for
it was great.
A couple songs.
Yeah, it was great to see the reaction. I think he was emotional over the love he felt. And everybody loved it. Like, it was so cool that he did these covers. And he's doing this the right way. He's immersed himself in our town.
It's a great set. It was amazing.
It's fun, and it's so much fun to vicariously watch this guy who comes at it like he's a new artist again. There's that moment with Post during the I'm Gonna Miss Her thing Saturday where I was playing it. I'm like, and he was like, what?
Yeah, I saw it.
So
he was freaking out.
And I kind of threw it on way too thick.